The UK aviation industry has felt the brunt of recent national lockdowns and international border restrictions, and in the past week, British Airways has made a number of different announcements. Tune in to find out just what these are and how they will, of course, impact the airline moving forward.
BB851, turn right heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
British Airways is, alongside Virgin Atlantic, one of the main players for the UK aviation scene, using London Heathrow as its hub, with Gatwick acting also as a secondary hub. The airline occupies a number of the Heathrow and Gatwick slots with its own aircraft, including a diverse range of wide-body and also narrow-bodies, operating on international and European services respectively. With that being said, over the course of the past 12 months, of course the industry has changed, but the airline has had to readjust a number of its plans, with them retiring their iconic Boeing 747s some 4 years earlier than first expected, with immediate effect, robbing enthusiasts of a proper chance to say goodbye to the aircraft that is so iconic to the history of British Airways. Now, questions have arisen over the future of their one and only other quadjet within their fleet portfolio, and that being the world's largest passenger plane, the Airbus A380, which has recently seen Lufthansa, Air France, most likely Etihad Airways, Qatar Airways, Thai Airways, and so on, either all retire the type immediately, announce changes that will likely see the type leaving, or look to remove it, much earlier than first expected when it was delivered to these respective airlines. As for BA, an airline which has a fleet of 12 of the aircraft, these are going to continue to remain grounded for the foreseeable future. But with that being said, the airline does not see retiring the type, like that of other European giants, as part of its plans. It is in fact in their plans for their rebuild and resurgence when the industry returns to somewhat normality. The CEO, Sean Doyle, commented on the Airbus A380 in an interview with The Independent and noted that he didn't see the Airbus A380s returning until at least 2023 to 2024. But as for that front, he also made mention that it's near on impossible to predict the exact time frame, but it will take some time most definitely until the type can return. My taking from this is naturally it's a little bit confusing, but the aircraft will return. But when it returns, it will be solely reliant on the health of the aviation industry. They will by no means rush the quadjet back into the skies, but on top of that, they certainly won't hesitate on bringing it back when they can justify it on certain routes around the world. Speculation and more generally news centres around the second topic for this latest update to the British carrier, if you will. Following an article from Bloomberg that surrounds the usage of bigger aircraft which are naturally currently grounded up due to the pandemic. The reports from the reputable news site state that following the rapid vaccine rollout from the UK and the hope that by this summer restrictions will be eased, whether that happens is another thing, we will naturally see holidaymakers wanting to jet off to essentially any possible destination that they are allowed to and that the government permits, with a travel bubble of course being opened. With this in mind, British Airways executives are currently analysing and considering whether or not they could put some of their bigger aircraft, as an example the 777s, A350s and even 787s, of course the A380 being exempt, on these shorter routes throughout Europe, to help them deal with the new added demand and also to get these aircraft being used. While flights may be possible to parts within Europe, they are not possible yet on longer international services, which, like I mentioned before, essentially renders your 777s, A350s and also 787s completely useless in their current form. They're just collecting dust at particular storages worldwide. What are your thoughts though on British Airways and their future plans, especially wanting to keep the Airbus A380 within their operations, following them retiring the Boeing 747? Take a look at Lufthansa. We almost saw them do the opposite. While they did retire their 747-400s, their plan is to keep on the newer 747-8 while they've said goodbye to all their Airbus A380s. Feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, and as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you all next time.